It's Wednesday. Oh, hi, buddy. Hi. Hi. It's Wednesday. Hi, buddy. It's Wednesday, August 7th, and, holy crap, got a lot of nice reactions to the last video. Thank you so much to everyone who watched that one and commented and subscribed out of that. That was awesome. Yeah, rad. Most of my videos are not that much like that one. Most of them are me talking about writing, and so here we go. What have I been up to in the writing? Well, longtime viewers know that the last couple of weeks I've been having a hard time with the novel that I've been working on. It's a book I call the library novel, and it is sort of a supernatural, horror, modern, sort of Stephen King influenced story. And it's been challenging. It's been a hard one to work on. Essentially, I wanted to go into this novel trying to write it without an outline. And that's how I wrote my first novel, and it went pretty well for the first draft, although it is still in revision, and it's been a couple years, so maybe it didn't go that well. But the library novel had a strong opening, and now I'm struggling. Now, a while ago, I set up a goal. I wanted to try to finish the novel by the end of August. And at the word count I was doing every day, that seemed doable a couple months ago. Jump cut to beginning of August, and now not only do I not think it's achievable, but I don't really know where it's going, and I'm struggling a lot to see what the story exactly is going to be. I'm hitting pause on the library novel, setting it aside. I may come back to it shortly. I may try to just work on some ideas for where it can go and maybe figure out more of a stronger outline for it. But the Wizard novel is one that I'm really excited to write. I really have a passionate sense of where it can go and what the story is about and sort of messages and themes of it. And I don't want that to fall by the wayside, so I'm working on the outline for that novel, now working on it fully in earnest. The way I outline is by taking index cards like this, and each color means something different. And the problem is that then you're left with a pretty sizable stack of index cards, and they're in this thing that you can't really close. If you fit any more index cards in it, it's gonna burst. And it kind of falls out of sight, out of mind for me when I bring this to work. So right now I'm working on transferring those index cards into digital cards in Scrivener. And then hopefully they can function as stronger framework that I can then build upon. You know, some of these cards are scenes and some are rough ideas and some are just questions and notes and things that I need to flesh out and plot holes that I need to fill before I can actually start writing. So that's what I need to work on, is the outline and fully fleshing that out. I have gotten to, I would say, end of Act 1 in terms of transferring the cards over, so hopefully much more to come. Another reason for the delay is that my work schedule has been a little weird, and I should, by the end of this week, have my lunch breaks back to myself and be able to kind of dedicate those to novel stuff. So that would go a long way to helping me out with writing again. In the meantime, I'm just working on that, as well as, you know, doing some wedding prep, because that has begun in earnest. Although we had a fair number of ideas already sketched out before I popped the questions, so we're not starting from square one, which is pretty nice. Hopefully more to come in a minute with more updates on how the outlining is going. So I finished the treatment, sort of. I didn't actually, that's a lie. I guess I should say I finished converting all of my notes into Scrivener. There's still a lot of work to be done. While I was converting, I figured out a subplot that definitely doesn't work. And maybe a way to cut it out. It's possible I found a much simpler way to get us to a certain point of the story by excising one subplot and moving some things around. But there's still a lot of work to do, so I've got to get to it. Over the next few weeks leading up to the end of August, I'm going to finish this treatment and try to finalize what the story is going to be. I'm also going to try to do a lot of exercises, more writing exercises than I generally do, to try to figure out some of the characters. See, one of the things that I found when I was working on the library novel is because I didn't really do an outline or much prep, it was hard to know what the deal of some of these characters really was. Some of them I had a decent idea of kind of who they were, but not really how their struggles interacted with the story. And that's something I want to get a lot better about in the Wizard novel. There's a fantastic YouTube video by Just Right that talks about The Last Jedi. Sorry, I'm playing with my dog. Don't mind the fact that my arm is doing weird things. And the video discusses how every character in The Last Jedi, every major character, is pretty much a manifestation of the theme and does a little bit of push and pull. I didn't mean for this metaphor to work. Anyway, they all play a role in pushing and pulling the main central characters in one way or another. So Poe is pulled in one direction by Leia and another by Holdo, and one of them is pushing him toward what he wants and the other pushing him toward what he needs. I think anytime a story can do that, it's a lot more fun. So that's the kind of thing that I'm working on. I'm trying to make sure the themes are really strong, that they are manifested in the characters as well as some of the major story beats. I'm trying to take this seriously and do it right. If I'm going to outline a novel, I want to do it the best way that I can. The main criticism I hear about outlining is that for some writers, it just feels like you're checking off boxes once it's actually time to write. And I totally understand that fear. Part of me is really worried that that is what I'm going to feel like when I actually do the writing. So my hope is that I can find a way around it. At the very least, this will be a good exercise to see if this is a successful and productive way for me to write. That does it for this week's vlog. Thank you so much again to everyone who commented and enjoyed the last video. If you stuck around, even more grateful for that. Leave a comment if you liked the video. Make sure to hit the like button if you want to leave a comment. And hit the bell icon just because. I'll see you next time.